listening to Across the Pond with Lawrence and Julian.
All right, start recording. Can you hear me? Because I'm recording. I can hear you. Can you hear me? I started recording, I said. Does the fan, you can hear the fan? It's pretty hot in here. Hold on, let me see. No, I don't want to stop the recording.
Sweet, stopped.
I'm recording.
Hey.
There's like 5 fans going, so I can't. You just have to deal with it, all right?
I don't care. I can't hear it, but all dear listeners will fully hear the noise.
It'll add I was going to say texture to the call. That's not the right word. It'll add an extra element.
Yeah.
Variety.
Yeah. How's it? Where are you in Mexico or are you in Austin?
I'm in Mexico, but I'll be in Austin tonight. I'm bouncing around warm areas.
Mr. Worldwide. You're Pitbull.
Yeah. I know. Shaved head and everything.
Yeah, I know.
Dale. So what's the topic for today?
I think you were going to set up the topic this week. So
I did. I said it was going to be adventure and stepping out of your comfort zone. But in that moment, I was very excited to do adventure and step out of my comfort zone. But now, I don't know, it feels like a weird topic. We can do it. I can interview you mostly this time. It's usually me talking.
I'm probably the least
how
adventurous person, so it's going to be a very short podcast. It'll be like a 5-minute podcast. Be like,
No, that'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
All right.
Well, I guess we'll start on that. Like, what makes you think you're the least adventurous person?
Well, it depends on what you mean by adventure. All right, let's just, what do you mean by adventure? Because, like, for me, I think about, like, adrenaline, jumping off a cliff, things like that. That's not me at all. But then, technically, when I moved to the UK, I was 18, and I just came with a backpack, pretty much, and I had a month. I think I had enough money saved for about a month to find work, and I managed to do that, and then I just stayed. I've been here for like 17 years, but I managed the first year to get a job, and I stayed in the hostel. So I think I had maybe a sense of adventure at that age, to a degree, but I don't know. Do you call that adventure?
I'd call adventure any time that you feel apprehensive or uncertain about something, but you still do it.
Yeah, then that would count.
So you moved to, you said London with only a month's worth of rent?
Yeah, I had 1,000 euros saved, and at the time the pound was so high that I only had like £750 basically, and by the time
it's like $10.
Yeah. But by the time I went back to France, like towards the end of that year, the pound had crashed. So whatever I'd saved up in the UK turned out to be like not much in euros. So yeah, I lost that year.
How'd you feel like when you moved to London? Were you just like confident that you're going to get a job, or did you feel like you made a mistake, or what?
No, I think it's funny because in life, whenever something happens somewhat easily, it's just I always feel like I'm on the right track, and it was just either I like misplaced confidence, or I don't. Yeah, it never crossed my mind that maybe I would fail. In my head, I was just gonna get a job. It was obvious. I don't know why. It's just driven.
Yeah, I find that there are like certain moments, not certain. There's lots of moments that like if you like absolutely know that something's gonna happen, it just happens.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's partially because like not like you're willing it to existence. I think it is that. I think it's just that you know that based off like the situation, your skill set, that it's just like your confidence going to happen. Plus the like, I think it's, I don't know. It's like just feels like it's something that you have to do. So you know you'll do everything that you need to do to make it happen.
Yeah, it could have been arrogance as well. I was a bit more arrogant when I was younger. So.
Is there anything that you've done that you had that same feeling of confidence, but then it realized it was a mistake, and like you had to, like, I was going to say hurt yourself. That's not the right thing, but.
No, I think whenever I've set my mind on something and that I said I was going to do something, I've just gone and done it. And if it wasn't exactly what I thought I was going to do, it still worked out in the end. So no, whenever I've set my mind on something, it just tends to happen.
So you've never failed?
Oh, no, I'm sure I failed. Can't think.
Right. If you want it, you can't fail.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. The only time you failed, you just didn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the thing from The Office? It's Andy Bernard does not lose competitions. He wins them, or he quits them because they're unfair.
Yeah. See.
I kind of jumbled that, but.
I know what you meant.
So. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's adventure. That's definitely adventure. You're going to a new city, and I mean, I'd say even this osteopath thing for the listeners back home. Yeah, listening to a future osteopath here, but like, that's what, like 4 or 5 years of commitment.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, that's true.
Most people wouldn't take the chance on.
I had my first weekend yesterday at uni. And again, it's one of the things where, like, it happens so quickly. I thought about this about a year ago, but I didn't really research it too much. And then I think it's mid-July that I officially applied for 2 schools. And here we are, 2 months later, and I've already started one of them. And obviously I'm a bit nervous and like a bit of apprehension and everything, but it's not. Again, it's something that I can't explain. Like, again, I feel like I'm on the right track, and it's just something that I'm supposed to be doing. It sounds a bit dumb, but like, yeah, it's just. And to be honest, like with this one, because it is 5 years, I'm taking it 1 year at a time, and I'm not going to overthink it. I don't want to get into my own head. I'm just going to try it and then adjust what needs to be adjusted over the next few years. But it's kind of what happened, because before that, years ago, I did a maths degree part-time as well, so I was going 3 evenings a week to uni for 4 years. And again, it's one of the things that if you take it 1 year at a time, you don't overthink it. Just next thing you know, you're halfway through and then you're done. So.
I thought it was like partially online. Is it all in person?
It's both. So especially like in the first 2 years, one of the days is online and the other day is in person, because there's a lot of like physical manipulation, so you do have to do some practical stuff.
Nice. Did you meet anyone?
Yeah, met 13, 14 people. That will be my year for the next 5 years. My new best friends.
They seem cool.
Yeah, I think.
Or are they all men?
No, there's a good split actually.
That's good for you.
You need to stop with that like hating men thing, because.
Your words, not mine.
Well, they were not recorded, those words. This was a previous...
We'll never have a podcast that addresses it. We'll just slip it in every now and then.
Okay. That works.
Do you have a best friend yet? Did you find someone who's like, I'm going to like this person?
No, and again, it's weird because I'm going into this with like, I don't know. Yeah, I think I've talked to everyone and everyone seemed nice, and I don't want to get into a place where I'm like, oh, this person seems nice and this one's an idiot, and I'm just going to try it, because I don't know, as you get older, you tend to accept people a bit more, right? You know what I mean? Like you're a bit more open to... Or the
opposite.
Or the opposite. Have you gone the other way around? Do you hate everyone then?
No, I think it's pretty common to like see old people have very... I mean, that's what politics are. It's like American politics, or we're not going to get into politics here because I don't really care about politics, but like the right side, left side, or it's typically the older generation that literally doesn't see the other side at all. So I would say for you, I could see you being more open-minded. Or maybe it's like you when you get into your late youth. I don't know.
Yeah. It's funny because at the Apple store there was these people, like all the Genius Bar like staff, they're so patient, because everyone in there was, I think, 75 plus, like, asking for help. And yeah, there was a poor lady next to me trying to help this 82-year-old man who was very frustrated. He'd come here like 3 times, and she kept telling him like the issue you're having is not with Apple, it's with your carrier provider, like your network. So
Yeah,
stop coming here, basically.
that's like when people have problems with Branch, but it's actually Facebook, and we're like, yeah, go back to Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a niche reference for the people back home. What was I going to say? That was going to be good.
I have low expectations from you. So.
Low expectations or a lot of expectations?
Low. Very low.
Okay. Yeah, well then, it seems like I met them.
Yeah. So, yeah, tell me about, like, I guess for you moving from California to New York was an adventure, would you say so?
Yeah. I was terrified when I did it.
Was it?
Yeah, I've always been extremely apprehensive about every life change I've ever made. I don't know if that's just my nature or...
How many have you had, would you say? Like major events?
I would say I lived like a pretty sheltered, like non-adventurous life until I was like 24, honestly. And that's when I moved to New York. But like before that, like I'd done like things that you would classify as like, before this podcast, how you would classify as adventurous, like skydiving or something like that. But I would say it was more just like one shift. I don't know, a major life event, like all I can think of is like a move, or like if you had like a kid or something like that, but I don't.
Yeah, it could be a career change as well. It could like this.
Yeah, so I guess you could say, I don't know, I feel like there's more than two, but there's just two that come to mind. There's the move to New York, and then there's switching into sales. At the time, it felt like a big change, but now it just feels like life. And that was more, it wasn't like switching careers. It was more like, at that time, I guess we'll go in the job route. At that time, I didn't know if I was like good at stuff or not. If that is like I felt like when I switched, like this was my moment to prove to myself if I could do this and be successful, and if I didn't, then I know that I just didn't have it. And that kind of goes back to like when you set your mind to things, like you just get it, or like it happens. And that was like the same sort of thing of like I would not let myself fail, and then basically proved that I can do basically whatever I want if I put myself to it. So I guess that was a life change, like a mental shift. But yeah, moving to New York was really scary. I'd lived in Southern California my whole life. Didn't know anyone except my coworkers. Luckily, I had awesome coworkers, so they made it a very easy move. I mean, not very easy, but like they were great to be around. But yeah, I remember flying because we went there in August. I have a very vivid memory of like flying over and just seeing this gray, like barren land, and like just the sinking feeling like, oh, what the hell did I do? But that went away pretty quickly. But yeah, I don't know. What do you want to know about the switch? It was scary, and then it's the same as anything. Like I took like a trip to Utila last year to do some free diving, and I booked like 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. I was supposed to stay for like 4 weeks. Within 2 days, I reduced the trip to a week. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I can't stay here for 3 weeks. and then, as each day went on, I got more comfortable, and I really liked the people I was with. And then I'll do 2 weeks. And then I'll do another week. And then I had to come back because it just felt like I had to be around for work. I couldn't really justify staying, even though my work was fine. I was actually doing pretty well. It was just weird hours and stuff. But yeah, it's like and as you mentioned, getting older. I'm going on a rant a bit, but when you get older, like you think like the most important thing is like to refer back to stuff that happened in your past, so you can like be like, I don't know, more ready for this moment in the moment. But like the more that I've gone through life events or things where I've pushed myself into an uncomfortable position, I know that like I'm gonna have a few days where I feel like this is the wrong decision, and I want to leave and I want to get out of here. And I know if I just wait it out, that it'll go away and it'll probably be a great decision. So And that wraps up my monologue.
That was 7 minutes and 45 seconds.
Was it really?
No, I didn't time it. You can time it in the editing. You can figure out how long that was.
Yeah, I pivoted topics like 3 or 4 times, but I felt like it was pretty smooth, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the one like writing the description of each podcast like on online, and if you start doing multiple topics in one, it's going to be a nightmare for me to sum up.
Yeah, we're still in the general theme. I'm gonna do one podcast. I'm not gonna tell you where I'm gonna go on a rant, and I'm never gonna stop. It's just gonna be 30 minutes, and then we'll just cut it.
Yeah. Do you want me to be on there, or?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you which one it is.
You can just record without me though.
It's gonna be fun for me to like see if I can make you feel like I'm gonna stop at some point, but I know I'm not gonna stop.
I'm also like the worst person. Like I tend to not interrupt people, so just go on for hours.
But yeah, but I do say and but a lot. I'm now that I go through the recordings, I'm like it's like this giant like I'm making a signal of. I'm making a thing with my fingers, but the audio just like spikes. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be an but. Well, I can't change it. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what I just dropped on you?
I kind of forgot what you just said. No, it was clear. I mean, yeah, I think, because you've only really done, 2 things in your life that you deemed have been, like, adventurous life decisions because you prefer to keep to the status quo. I feel like the more you're going to be doing that, the easier it's going to get. Like you'll still get the same like apprehension, but maybe you'll push yourself more into taking those risks, I guess. So I think the next thing is like, what do you think would be your next adventure? Something that you've never done that you always wanted to do that you're a bit too scared to do. Like, have you got anything in your head, or you're just quite happy with everything?
I definitely don't feel like I maintain the status quo, so I take offense to that. But I don't know, like a life change is like, that doesn't happen that often. Probably like every 5 years there's like a life change. If I were to make another life change, it probably would be moving somewhere else, or I don't know. I would be very interested to look up after this, like what would qualify as like a major life change. Because I do feel like I've taken improv classes. Like that's not a life change, but that's something that I was always terrified to do.
Yeah, that was a good example. I think that was a good example.
Thank you. That's not a life change though. It's like it is a mental change of like you cross like a new threshold. But I don't feel like it's a life change, even though it changes my life. But you get what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
If you count that as a life change, I've had many life changes.
Because I think that's a major event, or but somewhere in between a major event and something like that, I think would be something that we can call adventurous, or like where you've pushed yourself outside your comfort zone. So I think taking an improv class is a good example. Like this year, at the start of January, I took one dance class because I've never done one, and it scared me. I did do it. I'm not going to do it again, but I'm glad I've done it. So, yeah, sometimes you just have to try things and maybe look like a dickhead. And, I don't know.
You just didn't have the rhythm?
I didn't understand the counting.
Is it salsa?
No.
Tango?
I think it was just like commercial hip-hop.
Commercial dance?
Yeah. It's like, I think the song was Ariana Grande's, what's it called? Thank You. No, I can't remember what it's called.
Okay, we can wait.
I think it's Thank You. No, Thank You Next is too old. And Yes? I don't know. You know which one I mean, for sure.
We're not moving on to fun.
It's going to be a very long podcast.
Was it hip-hop? Was it? Hip-hop dancing?
Yeah, commercial, pop, hip-hop.
I don't know what commercial means.
Commercial is anything that you've got in the top 100.
Blink-182.
Music, like stuff that's just there to make money. There's not really like alternative music.
Do you guys listen to all the bands we listen to? Like Blink-182, is that something that you guys listen to?
What, Courtney Kardashian's husband's band.
Sure.
Yeah, I think they're quite old, no? I feel like I remember them from when I was a teenager.
Yeah, but I guess like in the early 2000s, like when it was like, yeah, like the pop punks.
Yeah,
and
Sum 41. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are.
Yeah, I mean.
You're savvy.
No, these guys made to France, so I remember them from that era, and I think in the UK as well.
Have there been any famous French? Anyone?
Now I'm going to take offense to that.
I mean, have there been any famous French? I know there's Napoleon.
Oh yeah, you've gone far back. Do you mean like singers?
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to. Well, I was gonna say singers, but then I couldn't think of a single one. But then I got to Napoleon, so no. Yeah, you guys have had famous people, but yeah, singers. Are there any famous singers?
Well, the most like old school famous singer I think is Edith Piaf. Like even you wouldn't know the songs if you listen to them.
I actually thought you were gonna come up with someone I would actually know, but you didn't.
Anyway, you've digressed again.
I have a dryer or a washer here, and I can hear it through my headphones. You'll probably hear it on the recording.
Oh, well, yeah, he's stuck with this stupid background noise. This is why we've only got like
it makes it feel
2 downloads.
I thought we had like 5 on the first one. It's also crazy that a download is a stream.
Yeah, they call it downloads, but it's just someone played the first 2 seconds. So ask all your friends to play the first 2 seconds.
I still haven't shared it with people. I should.
Yeah, no, I feel like a wanker. I'm just the only one doing it. Listen to what me and Wade are doing.
I'm warming up to this being an international phenomenon.
See, okay, but that can be your next adventure. Like you sharing that with people. Like, it's putting you outside your comfort zone. You know? Life event, major event. You've got a podcast.
That is. If this turned into something, it could be a major life event. I don't even know. We don't even know it. We're in the middle of it. Don't even know it.
I can guarantee you, it's not going to turn into anything.
Yeah. Would you say dance class is your most adventurous, adrenaline sort of seeking thing you've ever done?
That's the one that made me feel like the most sick, because I went to this school in London called like Pineapple Studios, and they're quite known to be like a proper like dance school. Actually, I've got a funny story on like why I picked that one and why I went to that class. I think it was just before Christmas last year, I was researching classes on Pineapple Studio, and I saw like a beginner's class, and I clicked on the link, and the teacher had his Instagram link. So I went on his Instagram, looked at what he was doing, and was like, sure, why not? At some point, maybe I'll do that. The next morning, I get up to go to the gym, walk to the train station, get on the train. Opposite me on the train, someone sits down. They're wearing a Pineapple Studio t-shirt, and I realized that it was the exact same teacher that was the account I was looking at the night before. And I was like, that's not a sign that I should be going to this fucking class. I don't know what it is. So when January came, I booked the class. And yeah, I think I'm glad I did it, because now I know it's not for me. Like, I enjoy dancing in a club and stuff, but just properly learning a routine and counting is just not fun.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're a better dancer for it?
No.
I mean, hip-hop dance is like, you got to learn how to do the Texas two-step. That's one thing to get you far in life.
No, I much prefer like learning how to sing. Like, not that I'm taking lessons, but I think I prefer singing to dance.
Yeah, and that way you don't have to you can just drape yourself over the microphone in those instances. You don't have to move around.
I can still move, like I'm not stiff.
I'm saying, not to take it back to the Strokes and Julian Casablancas, but he'll commonly just stand there on the mic, and it's like.
Well, I think you probably
I love seeing that, because
you
you
probably sound better,
to.
Surely. Like if you're not moving around, you can have a good posture.
Yeah, but there's those huge rock stars who they're all over the stage and stuff, and you're like, oh, do I have to do that to be a rock star? Not that I have any other traits I need to be a rock star, but it's you can just it's almost more impressive if you just hold your ground, you know.
But you're Pitbull anyway, so Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, I'd have to, if I did that, I'd have to dance around.
He doesn't dance. He's got like 25 women around him dancing half naked. You could do that.
He shakes his hips. He definitely shakes his hips.
But not while singing. I think it's during the.
You can't say dale and not shake your hips. Yeah. Back to your reason why you started the dance thing. Just because there's some overlap in how I started the improv thing, even though I don't do it, and I just did that one time. I used to go to this class called Teacher Feature, and there was this guy, and one of the teachers, Ben Rameka, hilarious guy. But I was walking to go to see the show, and I looked to my right, and he's walking too. And I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm coming to see your show right now." Like, blah blah blah. And I said, like, I've always wanted to do improv, but never had like the courage to do it. And he's like, "You should totally do it." And then I go home and I look up like classes that are open, and the only class that has spot open was his class, and I think there was only like 2 spots left. And I was like, well, if that's not a sign,
yeah,
I got to do it. So
how many classes did you take in the end? Just the
I did improv. There's improv 101, which is like 2 months, and I recommend that to anyone because like it doesn't. It's just like fun and like it's a little bit of like just creativity and joking around, but mostly it's just like little activities that kind of bring you out of your comfort zone. Improv 201, and then you do like you do a show at the end in front of people, and that went pretty well. And then Improv 201, they introduce like I forgot maybe beats or scenes where like you do a scene, and then you like someone cuts it off and then introduces a new scene, but it has to like kind of continue off that last scene, so you have to actually be like structuring the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't. I might be missing a bit there, but it was like I did not. I felt like how I imagine you felt in the dancing. Like I felt sick to my stomach. Like the class was like 3 hours long. I remember I didn't feel good until like the last 5 minutes. I was like, this is awful. I feel so bad. So then I stopped after that.
But that goes back to the point about like failing, right? Technically, if we're technical about it, I failed at dancing and you failed at this, but I don't think it's failing because it's something that maybe we both thought about doing beforehand that at least we've gone and done, And that way, if it's for you, if it's not for you.
Yeah, I definitely don't see it as failing. And I could see it's something that I pick up again and something I could see you dancing again, even though you got 2 left feet. But it's like, I guess going back to like those life moments of like, you do something 5 years ago and eventually runs its course, so you get you have a failure point where like it messes with your brain or something like that, and then 3 or 4 years down the line, like when you're ready to pick it back up again, or you want to pick something back up again, and you've learned a lot along the way, you'll have those skills you learned 4 years ago, along with this new mindset. So like you'll pick up with a like higher starting point where you started last time, but more confident. So you'll probably go farther, and maybe just like little incremental steps along your life. When you're ready to dance again, I'm sure you'll feel that.
One day, it's gonna happen. I'll be on Dancing with the Stars. I used to be famous for. That's my way to Dancing with the Stars. We get this podcast running properly, make millions from it, then I'll go on Dancing with the Stars.
And they're like, this guy's probably gonna look really funny if we make him dance.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But actually,
did you watch Dancing with the Stars?
Well, we've got Strictly Come Dancing. That's the original show in the UK. And then,
just didn't do as well?
No, it's still going. It's been going on for like 20 years or something. And you guys,
I've never heard of it.
You guys took it from us as well. But all the dancers that you've got in the US were actually dancers in the UK first. So, but talking about like outside your comfort zone and confidence, yesterday, like on the first day of the first weekend of the course, one of the first things you learn to become an osteopath is doing a standing exam. So you kind of look at the person's body and you try and see where there's like disparity between like in the body. And so I had to go down to my underwear in front of like 4 people, and then you.
Did you actually?
Yeah, you kind of have to.
First day?
Yeah, but I think it's going to be happening more and more, and they kind of like you can hear comments by your body like his right foot is externally rotated. His right hip is higher than the left hip. Like, so if you ever need like a confidence boost, just start studying osteopathy.
Are these people have that? Do they have no medical experience at all before this class?
A lot of them are PT, actually, I think. Like maybe a fellow of the class is PT. But no, quite a few of us have got no background.
And they're just like, get naked.
Well, yeah, just
figure it out.
No, it's what to look for, like, just when you do a standing exam. See,
How many hours was this first class?
So on Sunday, we had 3 hours of anatomy in the morning and 3 hours of, it was the introduction to the clinic, because you have to do it at clinic hours. So we went to the clinic, they showed us around, and then we did the first steps of a standing exam, just to see what to look for when you look at someone.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think that way I'm gonna have to stay in shape, because I don't want to take my top off unless I look good.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. If you knew going into it that you're gonna just have to strip down every class, you'd probably been like jacked.
Yeah, quick.
Did you tell them you could do a muscle up when they're evaluating your irregular hips?
No, but I probably should. I might just print it on a t-shirt. I can do a
muscle up.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you see wrong with my body, I can do a muscle up.
Actually, you know what? My muscle ups are terrible at the minute. I don't know what happened. I went, actually just before the course yesterday, I went to the gym just to practice my bar muscle ups. And it was just not happening. There's days where it's just not working. I don't know why.
I don't know. Probably sore, tired, fatigued, depressed.
All of the above.
Tired and fatigued are the same thing. I feel like we're wrapping up, right?
Yeah.
I feel like every podcast ends with me saying, should we wrap up?
Are you ready to harmonize in 5, 3... Wait, no, there's 4 before that. 5, 4...
On clap. We didn't clap! Oh, no. We can clap now. We can do it. Okay. Right. On 3. On clap. 1, 2, 3.
All right, but we need to harmonize there. It's wrap up time as well.
All right. On clap. 3, 2, 1.
It's wrap up time.
Did that line up on your side?
It lined up with me, yeah. I think last time it lined up with you.
Okay.
Oh,
we
do need to wrap up though.
It's wrap up time.
It's wrap up time.
I usually start these. We learned that your definition of adventure was narrow-minded, and that it is not just adrenaline-seeking activities. It is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and that you took a pretty big jump in life, moving to a different city with a lot of money. A city that can be quite harsh on Frenchmen. And about myself, I feel like I categorized life changes as like only a few separate things of work, new locations, but it could be anything that just changes your mindset at all, as an improv class, a dance class, anything like that. But yeah, what do you have to add to that?
That you don't stick to the status quo.
Yeah, damn right I don't stick to the status quo.
I only said that because you said to me, like, oh, I don't like change.
I don't like change. I still do it. I feel like I've started, like, this is going to start on the podcast. Do you feel like when you get that feeling of, like anxiousness or uncertainty that, like, now it's almost like, oh, I'm doing something that's going to challenge me or change me, so I should do it? Like, that it used to be a negative feeling, but now it's, like, a positive feeling almost.
About certainty?
Like, when you, like, go back to do the dance class, like, you feel, like, kind of sick to your stomach, but it's also, like, you know that feeling's there because you're really challenging yourself. So it's, like, also kind of exciting.
Yeah. I think they say that excitement and fear are very similar. You can trick your brain to thinking it's one or the other. Yeah, I think there's a degree to it, right? It's if you're feeling more like anxiousness than excitement, then maybe you're in the wrong place. I don't know.
Maybe. It's wrap up time.
It's the end of wrap up time. We've wrapped up.
Yeah. Cut.